magnanimity, of one's supremacy, kibr, the pride, because you think you know better and you have better and you deserve better. And then fear and love of authority, that nobody should take, the authority and nobody should share that authority with me. Nobody should become the leader. If you're a leader, still I'll come and poke my nose there and make sure that I lead. Somehow I will be leading. You will not even know I'll be leading. Okay, I'll be deciding everything. You'll just namesake become the leader, but I'll be doing all the leading. So they have this problem. Okay. The fifth thing is viciousness of nature. Now the human being, of vicious nature does not like to see others enjoying any kind of good, whatever it is. Okay. Such a person always greets news of another's good fortune, for example, in education or business or whatever, with sarcasm, with some nasty comments, pessimism, ridicule, or with other, unethical tactics or conduct. Okay. For instance, Parisa tells me that her daughter is doing biotechnology. Okay, Fazila is not doing, I'm just telling. Now I'll say, what biotechnology? What is your daughter going to do with biotechnology? What a waste of time. Nothing else she could get. So what did she get in biotechnology? First class? What will she do now with the first class? Now see, I'm not happy about anything because my children didn't do biotechnology. My children are struggling with education. Why her son is doing better? Why her daughter is doing better? It's a problem now paining me. Okay? So now Aisha is telling me that her son or daughter has done something, some achievement. Okay? Okay. Nowadays everybody does it. What's the big deal? That reminds me, I have to tell you this. Okay? It's very, very interesting. Mansoora enjoys the most. It's good, nice, light-hearted talk. Plus, it's something we will take home, inshallah. Okay?
Sure.
And believe me, we all go through this. We are attacked also by envy, and we do envy people without realizing we are envying them. So let's control that, and I'll tell you how the solution is, okay? It's like I told somebody, they asked me, what do I do? Not just hear it, okay? I said, I do Quran Tafsir Dars. Dars. Tafsir. I see. You are explaining Quran? Yes. Oh, I see. Okay. What else do you do? I do hijama. Hijama? Yes. Hijama. What is hijama? I said cupping, there's a treatment which Nabi Sallam gave us to do. Our barber also does it at the corner of the road. He's doing it. He puts a bench outside and he does it for people. They remove the shirt and he does some cups behind. That's the one, no? You're doing that? Our barbers do it here. I see. But I'm not doing what the barber does. Okay, I'm doing a clinical one and I've done a course on this. Where did you do the course? Nowadays they're doing course also of this. I see, where is it? I said from England. In England you do everything. They can do anything. Everything becomes a course, everything they give degree. Yeah, nothing. So everything was smashed down to zero. Okay. So I didn't talk about the counseling. Then slowly I said, I also do counseling. Counseling? What counseling? I said marriage counseling, student counseling, anybody who has problem of, sorting themselves out. I saw them. We don't need anything like that. We give counseling every day to everybody. Yeah, of course. Biggest counselors sitting there, they counsel everybody. They can't counsel themselves. That's all. Everything was smashed down to zero. I became zero and I said, sorry, I couldn't be of any, good value to you. I tried in my life to do something, but this is the only 3 things I know to do. I'm sorry, I'm not even educated. So, she said, I know. Yes, happens. Something you have to do to carry on. I said, yeah, I'm just doing something to carry on. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. But now I'm hoping Allah make my children do something because I couldn't do anything. I hope they do something because I couldn't do anything. And I thought, I better not tell what my children do because that also will be belittled to zero and I'll suddenly feel my children are also zero. So I walked out. This is how people do. And from the way they talk, you can make out their level and their heart. Both you can make out. Okay. When you want to give value, you even give value to the broomer who brooms a floor because you say you broom well. Even that's an art. Even that's a skill. Don't belittle people. Like there was one lady who was admiring her maid, saying, my maid is so good, take care, that my maid is so good that she is, she does everything so beautifully. She's such a good, I don't have to tell anything. She cleans the house, she does this and she tells me to remove things. So, you have to appreciate people who do anything. Stop thinking that, they are worth nothing. So this is the main thing that one has to understand. Ralia, the topic is envy and jealousy. Okay, and that's what I'm explaining. I've explained 4 points out of 6, 7 points. That the causes of jealousy is enmity, sense of supremacy, kibr, and fear and love of authority. So far I've done that. And the 5th one was viciousness of nature, which I just mentioned. When a person's nature is vicious, you have the sarcasm about everything. So what does your husband do? Business? What business does he do? She'll say any business he's doing, this business. That everybody is doing these business nowadays, nothing. Nowadays business is so poor. Is he doing well? Maybe one of, not everybody is doing well. What does your husband do? He works as a chartered accountant. Many accountants are there. Everything you just make it 0. Okay? Because you don't want to give any credit to anybody, because you don't want to have a good heart towards anybody. So what is happening is, the evil effects of hasad, envy, is of one of the deadliest of diseases. Okay? Why? Because it also brings additional vices in the person who's envying. What are the additional vices? Remember one thing, a person who's having jealousy or hasad will be a hypocrite. Number 1, their own business will be doing bad. Their own children will be doing bad. Their own matters will be bad, but they will talk bad about other people. Okay? That's hypocrisy. They will actually want, I wish I could do your business. I wish I had children like yours. But on your face, I'll say that is just fluke. That is just like that. One is hypocrisy. The other one, they indulge in backbiting. All such envious people have a bad disease of backbiting. Because how else will they vent out their fire that's burning inside them? Okay? So I have to call Shaila and tell her how I feel about Barisa and her children. Okay? How aggrieved I am. Barisa was saying her son is doing like that, her daughter is doing like that. But Shaila, I've seen it. Nothing much, ma, nothing much. Nothing is happening, nothing is happening. She's talking about her car. Nothing much, an ordinary car. She's talking about their house there. Nothing, ma. Everything I will have to talk to her to vent it out. Then I'll call Mansoora, then talk to her about it. I'll make sure I talk to 10 people to down Barisa, because everybody's praising her. I have to put her down somehow. So they will backbite, they'll backbite, they'll backbite, they'll backbite, because the burning has to be quenched. They are dying inside. Okay? So don't encourage people to talk about other people. All those who listen to the backbiting are part of the backbiters. They get the same sin. Because you listen, she spoke. You should have made an excuse and closed the phone. 2 times you do that, 3rd time she won't, and 3rd time tell her, excuse me, I don't want you to talk about other people. Talk anything else, I don't want to talk about other people. Finish. Not that Barisa is my friend or my lover. I don't want to talk about anybody. Don't talk about anybody to me. Talk anything else. That's fine. Okay? Unless, of course, you're talking to somebody who's your counselor and you're trying to get, mashwara, shura, then that's different. Not just like that. Okay, so one is that you will always feel that such people are into hypocrisy, backbiting, slandering, because they will give blames. I think I probably just in the passing mentioned that I was engaged and my engagement broke. But some sister went around telling people I had an affair. and something happened and I'm heartbroken. And I thought, my God, the story's really become very romantic, but it wasn't like that. But you see, I tell something in a very simple way. It's a happening or an incident in my life in a very sincere way, and how it went around like a wildfire and came back to me with a new story, which didn't happen. I thought, well, it's interesting to write such a story, but it didn't happen with me. You see, this is what they do. They slander. They will say things that didn't happen, but it makes them happy. Okay. The other thing is abuse. They'll abuse people because, first of all, I must put it straight that if I am backbiting somebody for no reason to you, I am abusing you and me and that person. This is an abuse. Okay? Because I'm abusing that person and I'm abusing you, your time, and I'm abusing myself. So they go through this abuse. Okay, so kibr, fear and love of authority, viciousness. Okay, so these are the evil effects I was talking about. Slandering, backbiting, hypocrisy, abuse, taunting, torturing, all of which are basically grave sins. Okay, it's a torture for some people and it's all coming to as grave sins. Now this hideous condition makes the human heart as narrow and gloomy that its effects pervade the realm of one's inner outer being. Can we have the AC on, please? Very hot. I'm sweating. The fears and grief of the hasad revolve around the person of whom he is envious. Okay? So now you see, what happens is, if I am, supposing I am jealous of Mansoora, my night and day will be, my dream will be Mansoora. Okay? Why she got married, why she has children, why they are nice, why husband is loving her, why she's looking good. She was wearing sari, it was looking good. Looking good. It's burning. I can't sleep. If I sleep, I think of that. I get up, I think of that. When I'm cooking, I'm thinking of that. I don't know what I'm putting in my dish because I'm thinking, why this girl is so like this? Why? You know, it's hurting me. So the focus revolves around, okay, the mahsood, the person you're doing hasad to. Okay? Sometimes you think, don't they have any other kaam? They only, think of us. Why can't they do something else? When I do hijama and I take out the hasad from people and they say, why they have to do so much hasad? And I say, this is it, they have no other focus is you now. Some people's focus is you. And this is how the focus comes. You will be the focus of their imagination, attention, everything. And that's how it goes. Okay? Okay, so then what happens is, now when the hasid, he harbors in his heart, blinds him to the virtues of the envied, and he becomes unhappy over the blessings God conferred upon the mahsood, and the spiritual light and the divine spark of faith which makes the human heart greater than anything else in the world cannot go along with the darkness of this hasad, okay, or the narrowness or the frowning. You will see, subhanallah, that the person whose hasid will always have a bad face also. It doesn't matter if you are dark or fair, but you'll have no light on your face. Now that light doesn't mean the complexion. Don't take it wrong. Okay? I've seen very fair women looking like this because they're always grumpy. So they remain like this. And I've seen the darkest of people having a brightest of smile and a brightest of, the noor on their faces. Subhanallah. Just like Bilal radiallahu anhu, who was a Habashi, okay, he was a black slave and he had noor on his face. Okay? So the noor is seen beyond the complexion. You can see the brightest of people looking bad. Because what happens is when you constantly feel hasad in your heart, that frown comes to your face and sticks to your face. Your face becomes like that, because constantly you're thinking. So it remains like that. If you stop thinking, then your face becomes all right. Because you're constantly not appreciating what others are having it, constantly complaining why you don't have it. Constantly you have complaints only. You're not Shakir. You're not being thankful to Allah. You have to keep focusing on the blessings Allah left you with rather than always thinking what Allah has given others. Okay? Always think of what Allah has given you. Like I was doing hijama for somebody yesterday who was, I was doing hijama for them for depression. Okay? So much depression that the person had stopped eating, drinking, sleeping, didn't know what was going on around because it was a very severe state of depression. Of course, everybody took her to the hospital. She was given medication. I told her this medication alone is not enough. They are just increasing her dose every time. I told her sometimes you need a spiritual dose. Of course, she did her hijama. So much hasad came out of her. And I explained it to her. I just told her, when you next time feel depressed, just sit down and write on a notebook all the things that you think are blessings given to you by Allah, which are still not taken from you. She said, like what? I said, like eyes, like ears, like your mouth, like your hair. Okay? And she was thinking, is it something to really? Yeah, okay. I said, like your eyebrows, like you can close your mouth, like you can shut your eyes and open it again, like you can breathe from your nose, like you can hear from your ears, like you can work with your hands. There are so many who can't. I'm doing hijama for this person who's got cerebral palsy, and I've mentioned about him. Okay. I will put a little bit of how I counsel him also so that you can hear how he speaks, so that you understand. With great difficulty, he speaks to me. He cannot sit still. He has an attendant who takes care of him. But when I was counseling him, I was telling him how much he's blessed. I cannot tell him that you have hands like me, okay, because they don't work like me. He can't do things. But I told him, see, you are able to, whatever it is, speak. I can hear you, and you can see right. You can hear right. So he said, I can buy vegetables. I told him, that's very nice. Buy vegetables. Great thing. You see, for everything, it's a blessing. You should not think I don't have it. Everything is a blessing. And if we start counting, then you think, oh, I'm so carried away by counting blessings, I forgot what I lost in dunya. What was it I lost? Oh, I lost my child. It's okay. I have so many other things there in dunya. Then you feel grateful to Allah. And Allah will bless you from very many ways. Allah does not leave you. When you depend on Allah, Allah will not leave you. He will keep blessing you. And increase in blessings when you are shakir. When you're grateful, Allah will increase your blessing. When you're not grateful, Allah will take away the blessings. Prophet Muhammad said, beware. Do not bear enmity with the blessings of Allah. When asked about the people who bear enmity with the blessings of Allah, he replied, those who are envious, they are the ones who are actually taking enmity with Allah. It's like fighting with Allah. Why you gave her this? Why you gave her this? You're an enemy of Allah because you have a problem with the blessing, not with the person. I don't have any enmity with Aisha, but why does she have Inshira like daughter? Why didn't I have Inshira? So now I have a problem with Aisha. Is it a problem with Aisha? No, it's Allah gave her that, so I'm having a problem with her for that. So I am showing my enmity towards Allah, not towards the person. Ali radiallahu anhu said, envy is a great trap of shaitan. Okay? And a hasid is a sick person, though he may physically appear to be healthy. And like this, there are many such quotes, Jafar radiallahu anhu said, instill hasad and disobedience of Allah among them, Bani Adam, as these are equal to shirk in the eyes of Allah. This is what Shaitan says to his soldiers. Go instill hasad in the hearts of the people because it's like shirk. Why? Because you have a problem with Allah then, directly. That's why. Now the cure for this disease, if you suffer from this badly, okay, seriously, contemplate the enormity of its devastating effects on your faith, because your iman goes down. You don't have iman on things, that's why it happens, okay? Know that your envy doesn't harm your mahsood. It cannot really harm too much the mahsood, nor does it make him lose any of his favors and merits. So it's only you who are going to suffer the pain, the anguish, the frustration, the anxiety that you don't have it, why they have it. Force yourself to be affectionate with the mahsood. That's the way to solve the problem. The solutions I'm giving now. Just in few points, I'll give the solution so that we can end. Force yourself to be affectionate to the person who you are jealous of. Okay? Be kind to them. That is a cure for your envy. Your inner self will ask you to ill-treat, to hurt him, but you must act against these inclinations and be friendly with him. You must respect him and gradually convince your heart to respect him. Okay? Whoever is somebody who you're jealous of. Try to see his virtues yourself and think that these favors of Allah on him. Force yourself to speak in his praise and make his good qualities known to others. So when you feel jealous of somebody, speak good about them to your people, rather than speaking bad about them or sarcasm or things like that. Another point is you should convince yourself and make it understand that your mahsood is a creature of God. He's not somebody on his own. And perhaps it's God's grace and his blessings, and Allah has selected that person to give so many, advantages of different kinds of dunya to him. So accept it as something from Allah. And if God forbid the object of your envy is a scholar endowed with knowledge of piety, you must understand that he is from the chosen ones of God and blessed by great merit to generate love and humbleness towards him. So if there is somebody who's like a teacher or scholar among you with whom you are feeling jealous, remember that those who are in the field of teaching, especially I'm talking about the teaching of Quran, they are one of the chosen ones by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know the person who will, Nabi Sallallahu said that I was shown the different stages of Jannah. So there was a stage where the Anbiya would be assembled. So I recognized that they are the Anbiya, then I saw the Sahaba, but among them there were some different people who I could not recognize. So in that station there were some people who I didn't recognize. So I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asked Jibreel alayhi salam, who are they? He said they are those who used to teach Quran to the people. So among those, they have been given those stations, among the Shuhada, among the Salihin, among the Anbiya. That is the kind of, so you should not be jealous of them. They are of a different variety. At any stage during your treatment, don't think that this moral vice is not curable. Anytime you're stuck with envy or jealousy, don't think that it is not curable. I cannot cure this, or I cannot, make things all right. Everything is curable, okay? And so don't frustrate yourself. Allah will guide you. Ask Allah's, dua from Allah. Ask His help so that Allah helps you to overcome the feeling of envy or jealousy if you get it from somebody. So hasad is a disease of the soul that has grave psychological, moral, social consequences. Fortunately, with faith, with iman and sincere and persistent efforts, it is curable. A faithful person is optimistic, has a hopeful attitude towards God, and is satisfied with the way He has divided His bounties among His creatures. And Ali radiallahu anhu said, the person who gives up hasad is loved by people. Because there is also another hadith which says, if you love dunya, then people run away from you. But if you love people, people come rushing to you. Okay? Because when you love dunya, you run after dunya. Dunya keeps running before you. You'll never be satisfied. You'll never be contented. But when you have a love for people rather than dunya, it's always people you prefer over the things and over the other things, then you will find dunya running after you. And you will be contented. There's another place they say that when you run after dunya, dunya runs away from you, and there is no contentment in your heart. You'll keep running after dunya and it will be never sufficient and it will never content you. But when you run away from dunya, dunya will be laid on your feet. When you don't want money, money will be laid on your feet. Dunya will be laid on your feet. And you'll say, I didn't ask for it, it's just coming. Because you're not running after it, that's why. And this is a fact. This is a fact, really. Subhanallah. I've seen it with my father like that. Subhanallah, subhanallah. And that's what I always understood, subhanallah. So this is the way that you cure. And of course, for envy and jealousy, to protect yourself from it, you must. We were not talking about evil eye, so I'm not going to confuse and mix up the topics, okay? Maybe we can do evil eye next time, but this time it is all about jealousy and envy. So to protect from the jealousy and envy of people, you must do your azkar of morning and evening. You must pray your 5 times salah, Ayatul Kursi, 3 kul, blow on yourself to protect yourself. This is the only shield that you have from anybody's jealousy and envy. And if you know somebody is jealous or envious of you, try to be kind to them so that they can soften their heart towards you. That's all you can do. Otherwise, there is nothing else you can really do. Or try to make them understand that it's not something that, you can do anything about. If Allah is giving you anything better than others, you can't do anything about it. So that person doesn't feel so bad about it. And it's so sad in today's world. And it is always your own people who will be more jealous than other people, okay? Sisters can feel jealous of sisters, okay? Because when 2 sisters, I know somebody who I'm treating, one of my patients, she was married to a very, obviously very wealthy family, the first sister. The second sister was married in a middle class family. She was so jealous of her elder sister that why she was married to such a wealthy family, that she's done a very bad spell on her. I'm treating her also for the spell, and lots of things happens to her because of that spell. It just doesn't leave her and go. She's done a very, very bad knot on her. So you see what happens. See, her sister is doing it to her sister because she can't see her so happy and enjoying, everything of life. So this is dunya, this is how it is. That your own people will try to pull you down because they can't see you succeed in life. And the jealousy can create a lot of problems. So, akhiru dawam alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Hajra is gone. Anybody wants to ask questions?
The locust study. Yeah, I want to ask. What is Madina? You said you'll talk about it in the group.
I just wanted to tell you that basically, right now also there are lots of locusts, by the way, in Makkah and Medina. Everywhere it is there. The main problem, they were always there. There were always so many locusts in that particular land. Okay. It just so happened that somebody had left some water down. Okay. So the locusts came out. Okay. Otherwise, they're always there underneath, underground. But somebody had washed that place and left the water down. So they all came up and started, going around the haram floor and everywhere, flying here and there. But main thing about why Allah brings out these locusts and show us how they are in groups and bunches, and it's enormous, number of them running on the sand, is because Allah says in the Quran, this is how you will be coming out of your grave and running, all of you. Just blindly you'll be running one after the other. He's running, I'm also running. They're going somewhere. I'll also go there. And you'll be nude, you'll be bare feet. Nobody will look at each other. Nobody will have the sense to know you're nude or you're wearing clothes or what is happening. You will be running for your life because you've come out of the grave. And everybody will be running like the locusts run. That's the example. So I wanted to tell about these locusts, that when you see the video of locusts running in the, from the sand, they're coming out and they're running in bunches. That's how people will be running on the day of judgment, like locusts. The example given is of locusts, so that we understand. Any other question?
Should I explain what is the difference between envy and jealousy?
I've already done, you came late. I already told.
To protect our children, we should always read the Kul Surahs and Ayatul Kursi. That is the only way.
Yes.
Morning.
And Ayatul Kursi and 3 Kul is always good to blow on yourself, on your children. Yeah. So next time when we do the topic of evil eye, then I will tell about evil eye and how that works, so that you understand that jealousy and envy is different and evil eye is different. Okay. Jealousy and envy cannot harm the other person much. It harms the person who's jealous. But evil eye can hurt the other person. So I will talk about that next time. Jealousy only hurts the jealous person. It burns the jealous person down.
Envy will harm the other person. So envy will harm the other person.
No. Evil eye, I said, will harm the other person. Okay, Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. May Allah accept our coming, your coming, and Rafia's opening her home for us, inshallah, and my coming and speaking to you people and doing the dhikr gathering. May Allah bless this gathering, bless the people who came, who couldn't come, or who were not able to come. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone, and may Allah accept it, give us khair in return of this, and keep us away from shar. Whatever was said here and was good and beneficial is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if there was any mistake and error, it's either my weakness, may Allah give me better capacity to do this work, or it's from the shaitan. May Allah keep us away from the shar of shaitan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this home, the family, and with saha, with barakah, with afia, with all kinds of khair, and keep it away from all kinds of shar. And I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease the difficulties of all of us who are going through difficulties, especially of Sister Nadira. Whatever difficulty she's going through, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease her problems, inshallah, and give her relief, give her peace of mind and peace of heart, and to all of us as well. May Allah accept our du'as for each other. Please make dua for her, and please make dua for me. Wa akhir da'waman alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبارك وسلم عليه.